Good afternoon, everybody. This is Jim Hodson. I'm here with Lanny Parcells. We're at Cowtown Aerocrafters here out in Justin. We're here to update on their work on the O1 Bird Dog and the OH-58 Kiowa. So, Lanny, let's talk about the Bird Dog first, because I think compared to where we were last time,
I think
it's almost a complete airplane.
I think the last time we did an update, the wings weren't on it.
Right.
Yeah, so obviously got the wings on it. The systems are all hooked up in the wings, and the control surfaces are rigged up, and we got the throttle linkage in the engine. We actually put the cowling back on it yesterday afternoon just for this, so it looks more assembled. But we've been working on the engine. We've got it to motor.
Okay.
But it's one of those kind of situations where the airplane sat so long. We find one locked door, something that's broken or inoperative, and then we fix that, and then that turns on, and then the next thing fails after that, or is not working, and we have to troubleshoot that. So we're starting back here, and we're working our way forward. So,
but so far with the engine, because that was a big question mark, it looks like the engine may be functional.
Yeah. The oil pressure, we got oil pressure on the starter.
Good.
I still haven't got battery power to the engine. I'm having to use the external power. It's got a power plug on it right there, so I can plug in an external battery. So I got a problem with either the master switch or the master relay still not working yet. And it's like when Cessna started putting these things together, they put the firewall in the tool in the fixture to build the fuselage. They mounted the starter relay on there, and then they built an airplane around it. Because I can see it with a mirror and a flashlight, but I can't touch it. So we're still scratching our head on that one.
Let's show them the interior. I know it's not finished by any stretch, but you've come a long way with it. So
we got the throttles are all back in. The instrument panel's back mounted again. I don't know if the light's gonna help you there much, but
no, I think he'll be able to get it okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And so we've got a lot of the interior panels figured out, because it actually has upholstery that goes in on the inside.
Right. Yeah.
And that's been a jigsaw puzzle for us.
Well,
we got that figured out anyway for the pieces that we have, and I actually bought some from Air Repair, who is like the L1901 Bird Dog parts specialist in the world.
Okay.
And he's got some original pieces, so we got all the interior panels that go in behind the back seat, the baggage compartment, and all back in there that we didn't have before.
Okay. We should probably.
We got all the controls rigged out, and the cables underneath the floor. Figured out.
We should probably have a little plastic container for the bullet you found and mount it.
Yeah. There you go.
Someplace.
We put a little mahogany plaque in the back with that 45 brass.
We should do that. You guys have done some work on the artwork on the tail, and we want to show people that. So let's go back there and
let's wander around the back. Yeah. So
the airplane just looks amazing.
Yeah, we got.
Take a look at the.
This is
it's just amazing.
You might want to tell that story. This is the markings for the.
Right. We've got this airplane's going to be a two-sided airplane in terms of marking. Of course, the base airplane is all the same, but the right-hand side of the airplane was the way it was when Wilbanks was awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor. In the airplane, so it was pretty plain vanilla. But that's his tail number that's on the tail here. So that's the big distinguishing mark. The other side of the airplane, where a lot of people are familiar with this, is a red marker configuration, and they were some of the earliest forward air controllers, Air Force forward air controllers in Vietnam. So let's go around and show them that part. And one of Lanny's trusted minions here, Jerry Asher. He's not just a pretty face and not just an aviation artist.
Minion.
Yeah.
Dude, you need to have a yellow thing on it. Okay, I got it. Tell me about it. Red marker and
red marker, and the design that's going to be here on the tail is kind of wings, and it's like a
it's a gauntlet.
A gauntlet.
That's holding a sword. So this is going to be the tip of the sword. right here, and the gauntlet will be right here.
Yeah.
And then this is a set of wings, so this is going to be feathers, and this is big feathers going up this way in yellow with a black border around it.
And so that's the way they were marked in Southeast Asia.
Now, I'm sure they probably hand painted that in the field.
Yeah.
'Cause some of the pictures. Yeah.
Of course, we meticulously go back and do all this line art and all of this high effect graphics, and all they did was come out with a paintbrush and a rattle can.
Yeah. Yeah. So what we're doing with this is a razor cut, a machine cut mask. So the first layer went on that yellow tape is the kind of like a picture frame.
Okay.
And then all the different masks are cut to the same size, so we stick them up there, make the yellow tape line up with the perimeter of the mask, peel the back off, peel the front off, shoot a color, let that dry, cure out, peel that one off, stick another one on, shoot a different color, so it'll be layered up, so it gets yellow and then black on top of that yet.
It's cool. And the number on it's going to be the number from the airplane that we have pictures of from Southeast Asia.
Right. So it's a different tail number than what's on the other side.
On the other side. So this is really going to be something, and hopefully it's going to be a flyer.
Yes, it'll definitely be a flyer.
Because this is going to be a great addition to the museum and a great piece to be able to take out to air shows and fly-ins and things like that. So just amazing, considering how it looked when we brought it in.
Yeah.
and everything else. So do you have any timeline as to when you think it's going to be ready now?
When it's done?
Yeah, well, it's going to be a Tuesday.
Okay.
Good. No, that's a gag around here. It'll be done on Tuesday. It didn't say which one.
Yeah, okay.
But it'll be a Tuesday.
All right, good. Well, we'll just put that on the calendar.
Yeah. So if it's done on Monday, then we're early. So no, like we started out talking earlier, it's really just troubleshooting the systems and getting everything to play. The airframe is solid and inspected and rigged and hooked up, and just little things that we got to chase down. I mean, I got the flaps all indexed as an example.
Oh, okay.
Put power on it, hit the switch, flaps started coming down. Good.
Good.
Motor works, drive works. Went to retract them, they won't come up.
They won't come up.
Yeah. So it's either a bad wire from the switch to the motor, or there's a squat switch in there someplace that's not letting me go back up. So it's little things like that. It's probably nothing hard to fix. It's just finding what needs to be fixed.
But that's part of the fun, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
you bet.
We're standing here in front of the Kiowa. Let's go back and talk about the Kiowa, if we can keep the signal going here.
It's still good to go.
Good.
Or at least it says you're live.
Okay.
As opposed to dead, I guess.
So I want to talk a little bit about, we'll walk around the whole airplane, but the vast majority of the work's going on in the interior, right?
Right, yeah, because maybe everybody online doesn't know it, but this static display fuselage, when the museum got it, didn't have anything inside. It was effectively gutted.
Yes.
So
yeah, this airframe came from the JRB. It's on loan to us from the JRB.
So it didn't have an instrument panel or sticks or seats or any of the. Clearly, you can see we took all the old glass that wasn't usable out of it, and this airplane was configured as an OH-58C.
Okay.
So it was modified from an A to a C model sometime during its service career.
All right.
And what they did with those is they put suite on it, and so what we've done with it is put it back in its OH-58A configuration, or taking those updates off of it and putting it back like it would have been in service in Vietnam.
Well, anybody who's seen some of the other videos probably can remember that there was nothing in the interior here.
Right.
So we've got seats, we've got a console, we've got the instrument panel framework going in, we've got sticks and collective and the cyclic. So this is really something.
Yeah. Well, the other big piece of work, if we can brag a little bit on it, was that one of the things they did when they made it an OH-58C is they made it night vision goggle compatible. So they were flying them with their goggles on their helmet. Yeah. And they'd be totally blacked out, and they were using the goggles for vision. Okay. Which meant the whole inside was black. They painted everything flat black, so there wouldn't be any glare. Well, OH-58A models were gray on the inside.
yeah,
So
okay.
we have cleaned up all the paint and repainted the inside, and the floorboards are back to their original bare aluminum finish.
So right here, you can see where the gray is, and then you can see where the black is. So what you're saying is at the top part, that's the blackout that they had before to bring it back to an A model.
Right. You can see that still have a little bit of black peeking through. They actually get covered with a gray quilted insulation material.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
insulation on the inside too.
You mentioned the difficulty in getting the quilting material.
Right.
What have you managed to do with that?
Nothing.
Nothing.
We're still striking out on finding raw material to make that
So
quilting.
we may
out
have
of.
flannel blanket.
Lost connection. Got it.
Okay, hold on. Got it. Okay.
I'm going to get over here.
So you were mentioning Mid-America.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mid-
We're
Mid-
connected.
Okay, Mid-America Air Museum in Mount Pleasant, and if you ever get a chance, you ought to go up there. There's a fantastic collection, and everything flies.
Yeah, right.
They just put the new interior in their C-47 that's restored back in D-Day markings.
Oh, okay.
And it had the same type of material, that same gray quilted insulation material interior. So they're trying to track down where they got it for us so that we can get that same material.
That was pretty standard on a lot of airplanes,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. The Hueys, for some reason, were green on the inside. The material was green.
Okay.
But the Kiowas and the Loaches and the smaller airplanes, they were gray.
Okay.
I don't know why they didn't have the same colors.
They all came out of the same factory, right?
Yeah. Military contracting.
Yeah.
What can I say? So
So,
Stand over here because of connection.
so we were talking a little bit earlier about when you're going to get the glare shield or the windscreen in and the chin bubbles in, but you got a lot of work to do in here yet with the instrument panel first, right?
Yeah. So the sequence is going to be basically have the whole interior complete. Maybe not the insulation. The insulation's easy to put in. It's all held in with dot fasteners.
Yeah,
snaps.
right. Snaps,
it all snaps in.
Yeah.
And the snaps are all installed. So all we have to do is fabricate the insulation, and that can go in really, really late in the process. But we'll to go back to the sequencing, we'll get the whole instrument panel, glare shields, rudder pedals, everything finished on the inside. And then we'll put the windshield and the chin bubbles in because we have such great access without the glass in it
I mean,
now.
it's just, I mean, when we had the airplane on a trailer, just trying to clean the chin bubbles,
Right.
was you had to get small children or things like that to get in there to clean them. So this makes it a lot easier for access.
Yeah, so we'll get the whole inside completed. Then we'll put the windshields and the chin bubbles in because they all get riveted on. All of these holes along here, that's all riveted. So that has to go in prior to painting the exterior.
Okay.
And then we'll mask off all the glass and we'll paint the whole outside in one big shot.
I'm not certain how much we can. I'm going to reach over with my mic with Jerry, but Jerry, give us some of your thoughts on working on these two airplanes.
The Bird Dog I'm used to as far as the general layout of the equipment and everything, but this Kiowa is a whole different animal from anything I've ever worked before. And what amazed me from the start was how thin the skin is. I mean, obviously it's not made to be bulletproof, but I've seen beer cans that are thicker than some of this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, oil cans. Matter of fact, my brother-in-law flew these. He was just right after Vietnam, and obviously it's what he trained in. But I mean, there's a placard on the instrument panel: VNE, do not exceed airspeeds 120 knots.
Yeah.
Because anything above that, he says you see the windshield start bowing.
Oh,
in.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the windshield's an eighth of an inch thick.
So it's an
Point-
extremely
point 125.
lightly built airplane.
Yeah.
It didn't hold a candle to the OH-6 as far as Loach operations. I mean, they used them because that's what they were forced to use, but most of the guys preferred OH-6s. So they made this work, but like Ken had described earlier, in personnel transport more than anything else.
Well, and then these airplanes have turned out to be flown the most combat missions of any airplane ever.
Yeah.
With the Kiowas, and especially when they turned them into the gunships in Afghanistan and that kind of thing. It was the go-to airplane if you needed help now.
But obviously, it was a vastly different airframe than than the original ones.
The Kiowa Warrior is
probably twice the power, and I'm sure the skin was thicker than it is on these things.
So, at any rate, you enjoying this work as opposed to what you did with American?
Oh, head and shoulders, yeah. I mean, I'm always kind of ate up with doing stuff like this.
Okay.
trying to get something back to original because I'm a history freak, and so this has really been not a complete enjoyment, but it's been rewarding.
Good.
Put
You
it
mean
that
this
way.
replaces hitting the LNAV and VNAV switch?
Jerry wasn't
You
a
mean
pilot
signing
in
off that
America.
could not duplicate?
Jerry was the one who would write in the book, could not duplicate
Yeah.
on deck, fly it and watch it. So it's.
Is that AMP speak for keep an eye on it?
It was, well, sometimes it was more politically correct than saying you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Because the fun thing was those kind of write-ups usually showed up around the end of the month when the reserve guys came out of the woodwork and they hadn't flown the airplane since the end of last month.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm sorry.
Been there, done that.
The worst thing you ever had happen, and we're getting a little off topic here, but the worst thing that you ever had happen as a pilot and had to call the mechanics out is you'd go, something's not working, and they'd walk into the cockpit, look at the circuit breaker panel, push one in and goes, okay, should work now. Yeah, flip one switch, and it's kind of like,
It's so true, dude.
Yeah,
It's
just-
so true.
just turn you into a puddle, so anyway.
That's so true.
So,
But yeah, for the most part, like I said, there's a lot of 2 steps forward, 1 step back in this, and it's all a learning process. But in the end, I'll be happy with what we've done.
well, you guys do amazing work here, you always have, and,
A question from the house here
Yeah.
was, how long has the bird dog been here?
gee, it's been here almost a year.
Yeah,
Almost a year
almost
now.
a year.
Okay?
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look.
Probably 13 months. I think we got because I remember when it showed up, we were high to get it stripped as fast as we could before we lost
Before
the weather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's right. I
Yeah.
remember now.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was probably late October, early November when it arrived.
So you guys have come so far with this, and the Kiowa too.
The Kiowa's awesome.
I've got
Kiowa.
a soft spot here with the bird dog since I rode in the back of it, bringing it back from North Carolina, and looking forward to actually flying the airplane. So, at any rate, I think we're probably at our time here. Lanny, you got anything else you want to add?
Someone said, I remember seeing a crack on the tail boom and a patch made from a beer can. Oh, that Bob must have said that from out flying. He must
Oh,
have
okay.
They put a beer can patch. Can I ask you one question then?
Sure, absolutely.
Most of us have never painted an airplane before. We don't have a clue. On your stars and bars here, what is the purpose of the holes that are here?
Here, let me hold it up.
I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that? Because we don't know. We're not painters.
Okay.
You've got tape on there.
Oh,
And
okay.
so how does since you do this?
The template with the
Bye.
Hang on.
Okay. Now try it again.
okay. So we always make a template so we can locate it according with the drawings, get it in the right place, and then we'll draw around the perimeter and mask it off, and then shoot it white.
Okay.
And then we put the template back up again, and these little holes that you were mentioning,
Right.
those are all the corners. So we'll mark all the corners,
Okay.
and then take the template back off, and then draw lines and tape it between the corners, and we'll tape the white off, and then we shoot the blue.
Oh, because it's just I just think it's amazing what that looks like. Good, we're still connected so that people can see the holes in there, and then it turns in and it looks like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Anyway,
Well,
sorry I had to ask.
Yeah,
guys.
well, one of the things, and we talked about it a little bit earlier about the red markers and stuff, because one of the guys asked me earlier, it's like, why don't you just get a decal made, a stick-on?
Right.
And it's like, well, stick-ons on metal airplanes that are not flush riveted, you got rivet heads, and a decal looks like a piece of tape stuck on there, and there's air bubbles around all the rivets, and they just, so we've never done a applique, a stick-on. They're all painted on. All the markings are painted, detail masked off. I mean, just to give you an idea, a 3-color star like the one you showed them earlier, that takes about 40 hours to paint one of those.
Wow, and we know about decals on riveted on the mock-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gary learned that lesson the hard way. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, this is just looking so good, Lanny. It's,
Awesome, guys.
Yeah, it's a real testament to all the folks that you have out here working on this, and just reaffirms our faith in you guys and what you can do here. And I'm sure looking forward to it flying just as much as we are. So
Absolutely.
maybe even
Yeah.
more at this point. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be a treasure.
If you got any more questions? Okay, so we're pretty much down to the end of this, and what I'd like to do is wish everybody happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we will be back with you probably next weekend. We'll see. Around the holidays, it gets a little tough on this, but we wanted to update you on the bird dog and the Kiowa, and we'll thank Lanny and his group. And so from Cowtown Aerocrafters here in Justin, we'd like to tell you thank you, and don't forget that we've got the largest collection in Texas of touchable warbirds, so come and see us. Thanks.
Thank you, Lance. Appreciate it.
Thank you.